Hi, everybody. Janet Eichhorst here. Welcome to episode 4 of my podcast series. I thought it was called The True You until I went on Apple Podcasts and searched for that, looking for my podcast to make sure it was there. And I saw that somebody else had one named The True You. So I think I'm back to the unknown in terms of the name of this series. So, that being said, what are we going to talk about today? I have been sitting with power. I consider myself an empowerment guide, meaning that I am always inviting you to be the power that you are and can't not be. And I was looking back at the title and the content of the 3 previous podcasts that I did. The first one was called Remember Your Power. The second one was called Living from Embodied Presence, where reality rearranges. And I had a really challenging time discovering whether I wanted to use embodied presence or empowered presence, because power is so important. And then on number 3, it was Navigating the Unknown, and the thumbnail on that was the power of the unknown. So power, empowerment, what exactly is that? And why is power so important? I'm going to give myself just a moment here, and I encourage you to do the same. In episode 1, I think it was, I really committed to going for it. And so in this moment, let's all just be with the greater essence of who we are, dimensional, whole in our purity, and just kind of align with that. And for me, I'm going to see what really wants to come forward today. So I like to put one hand on my sacred heart, that beautiful stargate of all that is and all that I can connect to everywhere, and one on my belly, because I like to create in this reality, physicalize creation. Yeah. So let's take a few breaths here as we start. Okay. So move your body around however it feels best to you, where you feel like you are aligned and here. So I want to say breathe with your whole self. This is with your DNA. This is with your cellular structure. This is with your complete power, which is an interesting term to use because our power is infinite. Take a few breaths here. Release anything that's not relevant or important or applicable in this moment or any moment. And see if you can just feel and be more you, whatever that means. And don't make it too serious, right? We don't need to be serious unless you want to be. But I know when I have that kind of loose, relaxed feeling, I feel better. I feel like that divine essence is here more. So, our relationship to power and what power is, this is what we have gotten, I want to say, so wrong. And I use that term very loosely because we are in this giant video game on Earth where there have been so many power imbalances. And what I was sitting with this morning was substitute power. And I've been in a process where I've been kind of just checking what I'm looking at for power when I feel like I don't have it. Because when I feel like I have all the power I need, I'm living in faith. I'm not really worried about anything because I know I have everything I need. When there's a lack, on any way, shape, or form, a perceived lack, that's when I'm looking for some sort of something, power. In the old pattern, the programs, the conditioning is to look for it outside of myself. And that's where, in this reality, things have gotten really messed up. So I'll just take a breath here. So, anybody that doesn't have power, if you think about greed, greed is one of those dynamics on our planet that has driven a lot of the systems that are wanting our money, wanting our energy, and wanting our time, which is our pure life force energy, right? And I want to live like my life, my divine flow, my essence, the purity of that. And so when I'm in those moments in my life where I feel like there's some sort of lack, what do I do internally? Do I look towards some sort of food substance? This is the basics of addiction, where I think that something gives me power or the illusion of power or shuts enough stuff down that's so uncomfortable that I can't deal with it, that I can be relaxed enough. If I have that intrinsic power and know all is well, then I am not needing to shut stuff down, to be numb. So, what is that knee jerk? If we can get better, more discerning, more skilled at noticing those moments, and I'm not talking in a hypervigilant way, I'm just talking about paying attention to what's happening in my life and when something feels off. So, for me, it might be, it just feels off. It might be like I get a, some sort of fear based. It might be that my body tenses. And a lot of times that's that activation, that trigger of an old pattern of some sort, some way, shape, or form. Okay, we're going to go slow here because there's a lot of energetics. There's a lot of information coming through. It might not be conscious, but the intention here, the invitation for you personally in the way that's appropriate and unique and perfect for you is to know how you operate so you can do that better. That pure source frequency that is you, that's animating your body in your fields. That's what we're looking for here. That's power. So, our relationship to power, are we looking to another? Are we looking to anything outside of us? Are we noticing where there's an opportunity for us to access more of our essence, our pure essence? What source, creator, God has given us, right? It's who we are. It's what we're made of. Power. And that is unconditionally love-based. All of us on this planet have gone through lack of some sort. And when that lack patterning, those ways that we've compensated, have gotten so ingrained, habitualized, unconscious, we don't have the best life that we can have, right? And I honor that. My creativity has been so well used to get to this moment where here we are co-creating in this moment to utilize our personal power in better ways, to alchemize anything that's not working anymore. And I do feel, and as I even say this, I can feel this happening even more, that we are, I believe in that concept when two or more are gathered, we have an ability to alchemize, co create in an interdependent way, which is the healthy way of using power. It's sort of like if I'm building a house, I don't know how to do all the plumbing and electrical. So I get these specialists that know these skill sets that I don't, and we co create. Me, visioning, design, energetics, working with the fields of Gaia. Very much creational if you're looking at house dynamics. And I've done a lot of remodeling with houses and architectural work on lots of different levels and dimensions, right? I bring that to the table. And I help everyone when I do this to find their own resources, their own power access, and illuminate those channels so that everyone has the ability to access them for themselves. And that's what we're constantly reflecting back to each other all the time. And we'll see that where power is not being used in a clear way. And we also see, feel, know it, sense it when it's used in a pure way. I love being inspired by people. It's not one of those dependency needs. I'm inspired by people because they show me different ways of being in the world where they're specialized and can help me find my version of that here in this physical body so that I can create and experience super cool stuff. We do give and receive, and we want to do that in a clear way. And that involves source essence. And when that is done in honor, in respect, and reverence for life, we get to feel beautiful, extraordinary things. And sometimes that gets brought forward in the midst of a crisis because people forget about all the other stuff. Oftentimes this happens, the camaraderie, when we see somebody that's truly at need and we just step forward with that level of God consciousness, source consciousness that knows how to give and receive unconditionally. When we do that, life is just extraordinary. And we're in this period of our evolution where we're getting to see so many levels of power over manipulation, untruths, mistruths, spread, perpetuated. You can call it propaganda, right? Propaganda, trying to influence somebody to act or be a certain way to satisfy my agenda for them. That is about misuse of power. The alternative is to encourage people to step forward with more of their essence on board. I mean, I've seen this. They recently passed a law where the communities don't have to seek input from the public. And I am like, what? This is like for building, zoning, this kind of thing. And I'm like, what? We are a community. We're in this together. They can still do that in your city, town, but in the state of Arizona, I don't know how far reaching this is, but I know that it's happened here at a state level where cities and towns can seek public information and they don't have to anymore. Wow. That's completely antithetical to how I think public servants should actually serve the public. We want to co-create here. We all want to use our resources in the best possible way. That's how we're designed. Unconditional love, honor, respect. That's how we're designed. Okay, so as we're in this field here, I just want to check out. I have also committed to making these videos and audio versions shorter so that you can easily use them in your life. You can go as deep as you want with these. The energetics available that we have created, no matter when you're listening to this or watching it together, are profound. So let's just do a little bit of examination here and seeing what's available for you personally to align and have access to your personal power and to look to see if there's any way where those dynamics are not where you want them to be. So just do some slow, deep breathing here in the way that's most comfortable and appropriate for you as a divine being of light, and see what's revealed to you. This is for you, your higher levels, all the dimensions of you to show you so you know. Okay, and as we do this, I'm going to illuminate a lot of different potential here for you to access, use. It's your power. The channels that you have that run through your body and all your fields, those are your channels. You have complete sovereign authority over them. And I am illuminating those right now. Well, the big me, right? All the versions of me working in coherence with you to see how we can have the pureness of ourselves accessible, available, and usable. So see what you see, feel what you feel, know what you know, sense what you sense. And if you are simply in that still point, be in that powerful still point, which is creational and infinite. And simply breathe, intending that you receive everything you need right now, and opening up your potentialities right now in alignment with pure power, which is founded, based in unconditional love, honor, respect, reverence for life itself. So be your true power, the best way that you know, and go for it. Okay, we've hit 20 minutes. We're going to close out here. Thank you so much for being here with me today in this moment. Dynamic, timeless. Listen, watch as much as is helpful to you as you are inspired to do. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share to anyone that you think might benefit from this experience, this transmission. Thank you so much. I honor you, I love you, and I thank you. Till next time, bye.